Today we're heading to North Africa to make one of Tunisia's most loved street foods, the Tunisian fricassé. Soft, golden fried rolls filled with tuna, egg, potatoes, and a touch of my homemade harissa. Let's get into it. The first step to achieving that pillowy soft bun is to prepare the yeast dough, starting by pouring some warm water and sugar into a mixing bowl. Give that a stir and then follow up with your instant dry yeast, also known as baker's yeast. Once the yeast has activated and you can visibly see bubbles on the surface, go on and add your olive oil followed by the whole egg. Give that a good stir until well combined and then follow up with your dry ingredients. That includes the all-purpose flour as well as the salt. Knead the dough for 8 minutes on a stand mixer or 15 minutes by hand. In both cases, you're looking for an elastic, soft dough. Don't skip out on this. Trust me when I say it is worth it for that soft, airy crumb on the inside. Now cover it up and let it rise until doubled in size, around an hour depending on the weather. Once the dough has risen, punch it down gently and roll the dough onto your floured bench surface. Your final roll dough should be about half a centimeter thick. We're going to be using an oval shaped cookie cutter today to give each piece that classic shape that holds the filling beautifully. This particular yeast dough is very easy to work with and can also be rolled out multiple times without changing its overall consistency. So once you have collected your offcuts, you can re-roll them again and proceed to cut out more until you have exhausted your dough. If you don't have access to an oval shaped cookie cutter, you can try this method. Roll your dough into a round ball and then using your hands, you're going to reshape this dough and manipulate it until you have something that resembles an ovular shape. Of course, it's not going to be perfect. Here's a side-by-side of one I made with the cookie cutter and the one that I prepared using my hands. It's definitely not the most aesthetic dough. Let's call it rustic and call it a day. Go on and arrange your dough onto a tray and cover it with a damp cloth for 20 minutes. Preheat some oil in a pan. I love to use a wok because I think it affords me a lot more wiggling room. Slide in your buns and go ahead and fry them until they are golden on the outside and fully cooked and pillowy in the center. Just as you would a donut, but consider this its savory cousin. Up next, we're going to make the filling and proceed to assemble. Here are the ingredients we're using today. Some boiled eggs, some lovely tuna, black olives, cooked potatoes, and harissa paste. Just a few things to prep before we begin assembly, starting with dicing our cooked potatoes and seasoning them with olive oil, salt, and pepper. You want all your ingredients to be bite-sized, just for the sake of convenience and of course the appeal of it as well. Up next we have our boiled eggs. I'm roughly chopping them the same size as the potatoes, and of course some fresh parsley too, which I'm just going to roughly chop. Go ahead and slice into your buns. Look at that lovely crumb in the center. I can't wait for you to try this recipe. Go on and spread some of that spicy harissa on both sides of the bun. Don't forget to check out that recipe at indulgewithiti.com. I've also shared it here on YouTube, so I will link the video up on the screen. Go ahead and start to assemble with your fillings. You can add as much or as little of each ingredient as you like, but today we are keeping it strictly traditional with harissa, cooked potatoes, as well as boiled eggs, some black olives, parsley, and I've also added some pickled lemon for that extra punch of flavor and zest. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy this recipe when you try it at home. It is perfect for breakfast, brunch, or even sharing it with family at a large gathering. If you don't intend on making all 18 at once, you can absolutely prepare the dough, allow it to rise, and then proceed to freeze the unfried dough. All you need to do is thaw it out on the day that you want to use it and place it into the preheated oil. Now here's that dough that I freestyled, our rustic dough. It turned out okay. We have a lovely crumb in the center. It's not the most prettiest of doughs, but let me know if it's a pass in the comments below. And there you have it, Tunisian fricassé with my homemade harissa. If you've loved this recipe, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments how you are going to be filling yours. For the full written recipe, head to indulgewithiti.com. See you soon in the next one, Indulgers. Lots of love from my kitchen to yours.